Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League's Dungeon Bowl. We are coming close to the end of the regular season. What a season it's been. And tonight, I mean, these are two teams that are still in it here, still in it for the Dungeon Bowl, and of course still in it for the Blood Bowl, looking to increase their position in the quarterfinals. We'll see if either of them can do it today. Tonight's going to be a really fun matchup. We're going to have Odin It's Nuffle versus the Gutterballz, Clyphis versus El Nubarino. We've got Norse versus Orcs. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. We'll take a look at the seating positions as they stand right now and how these two teams may end up after tonight's matchup, and then we'll take a look at the two teams. That's right, it is going to be a really fun matchup. Over in Division A, currently in first place are the NC Snakes, coached by Move. They're a Dark Elf team. They have finished the competition in regulation, at least, with a record of 6-2-1, and they are, as it stands, the number 3 seed going into the quarterfinals. They've made the cut. In second place, Odin It's Nuffle, coached by Clyphis. They're up tonight. They're a Norse team. They are 6-1-1. With a win tonight, that will bump them up into the number 1 position going to the quarterfinals. However, the current number 1 team, Philosopher's Song, still has to play their final game of this competition. The Gutterballz in third place here in Division A. They're an Orc team. That's El Nubarino's team with an undefeated record of 5-3-0. If they win tonight, they will bump up into the number 3 spot to take on the number 6 seed. I said number, and I was like, number doesn't sound like the right word, but that's what they are. They're numbers. Over in Division B, currently in first place, the Believe Broncos. Well, not currently, but they're going to end this competition in first place here in Division B. The Division B champions, the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nutt. They're a Nurgle team. They finish out regulation with a record of 7-1-1. They are the number 2 seed as it stands. They've made the cut, as have Technobabble Inc. That's my human team. They will finish this competition in second place in Division B with a record of 5-2-2. They are the number 8 seed going into the quarterfinals. And over in Division C, in first place is Philosopher's Song, Spire's Lizard team, with a record of 7-1-0. They are the number 1 seed as it stands. One more game to play in regulation. That will be against Grimdark Orchard later in the week. But MAML Nightmare in second place, that's Festoon's Necro team. They finish out regulation here with a record of 6-2-1, and they are the number 4 seed, followed by the Discomancers, coached by Ian, the number 3 team here in Division C, a Necro team with a record of 6-0-3. They are the number 7 seed going into the quarterfinals. So the 8 teams have been set at this point. Those are the 8 teams making it. The question is, what will the ordering be going into the quarterfinals with Odin It's Nuffle and the Gutterballz playing each other tonight and Philosopher's Song playing later in the week? These rankings can shift around a bit. We'll see if they do here tonight with Odin It's Nuffle, the home team, going up against this Orc team. They have 14 on the roster. Frizio, one of the Valkyries, unfortunately for Odin It's Nuffle, out with an injury this week. That's going to bring their TV to 1,215,000 gold. They have 2 Wolf Warriors. They have just the 1 Valkyrie, a Berserker, 2 Beer Boars, and a bunch of linemen. 1 Apothecary, 7 dedicated fans, and 3 rerolls. They're going to be up against the mighty Orcs of the Gutterballz. They have 14 on the roster, all starting tonight. That's going to bring their TV up to an astounding 1,830,000 gold. That's 615,000 gold in petty cash going to the Norse team. There's plenty they can do with that tonight, and they're going to have to, I think. 4 big and blockers on this roster, 4 blitzers, a thrower, 2 gobos, and I'm sorry, they have the big guy and the untamed troll, and then the untrained troll, and 2 linos on this roster. 1 apothecary, 6 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How are these two teams gonna play tonight? This Orc team is a killer. Lots and lots of block on this roster, as of course the Norse team has as well. So that's not a big deal, right? But then you start to look at all the mighty blow, all the guard, all the tackle. Boy, you think you've got skills to stop them from killing you? No, these are all killers. Half this team will murder you by looking at you. This is a terrifying team to go up against. The Gutterballz have also picked up a kicker as well, which means they get to play strategically right off the kick, whether they are behind and they need to grab that ball on an onside kick, or they need to burn time and kick that ball deep and force the other team to spend a couple of turns coming back up to the line of scrimmage. They've really got a great kit here. I mean, this is absolutely terrifying. Don't have a significant passing game. There is a thrower, of course, on the roster, but the throwing game is not a huge threat. The running game on offense is the threat, and they've got a solid means of delivering a touchdown with that with the offensive team. Again, lots of block to keep players safe, lots of block to get the hits, lots of guards to get the assists. It's going to be real tough getting into the cage of this Orc team. On defense, this Orc team is looking to murder as many Norsemen as possible. They've got all the skills they need to do so, and they're up against a team that is fragile with an AV of 8 almost across the board. Of course, the two Wolf Raiders have a standard AV of 9+, and the Beer Boars have an AV of just 6+. Odin and Nuffle, they start off pretty strong at low TV with block all across the board. That's huge. But now as TV has increased, they're starting to rely more and more on these positionals, and they've lost one of them, a really important part of this roster for tonight's game. That's Frisia, the number 5 Valkyrie. That's a strength 4 Edge 2 Valkyrie who is a blodger, has strip ball and dauntless. I mean, that hurts. I mean, that hurts a lot. That's right. So Odin Nuffle has to rely on just Francia, the MA8 Valkyrie. The two Ulfwereners with the strength of 4 both have frenzy and block. One has mighty blow and tackle. That's the killer piece on this roster. And the big problem, I think, for Odin and Nuffle, or maybe it's not a problem. Maybe Clypeus can play around it, or play with it, I should say. But there's a lot of frenzy on this roster, right? So a lot of frenzy means, oh, okay, I'll go in and I'll take some blocks. The problem is you're up against a team that is more than happy to be marked, right? And if you don't get them off the pitch, which is tough to do with an Orc team with an AV of 10+, they're going to hit you back, and they've got the skills to get you off the pitch. Instead, Frenzy, I think, is going to have to be used to open up lanes for the offense and poke holes on defense. And that could be really, really tricky to do, especially with just the 3 rerolls. Man, these are two great coaches. Clypeus, a league champion back in season 2 with I believe Chaos Dwarves, and but on paper, man, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna give it to the Orc team on paper. Now there's 615,000 golden petty cash going to Odin and Nuffle. There's a whole lot they can do with that. They of course can pick up a Morgenthorg if they want to get into that punching match. But as we mentioned earlier, I don't know if he does. I don't know if he does want to go toe and toe. If he goes toe to toe with using Morg to get those hits, to get the knockdowns on this Orc team, that's great. You're getting Mighty Blow +2. That's awesome. You're bringing their AV down to A+. Fantastic. But Morg is certainly going to be fouled if he is picked off. And so you need to keep Morg safe, which is difficult to do with, what, 5 frenzy pieces on your roster? He could go Morg, but instead he could also just lean into a little bit more of the speed game, right? He has a little bit of a speed advantage against the Orc team. He could pick up Griff Oberwald, who is a blodger with sprint, sure feet, MA7, strength of 4, edge of 2, and crucially, fend against this Orc team. He can fend the Orcs away, prevent those Orcs from getting the chain blocks on Griff, prevent them from following up and keeping Griff marked. That also saves them 100k. That gives him 330k in the bank that he could spend on a wizard with another 150k. He could pick up Cindy Pie Whistle and a bribe to keep her on the pitch a little bit longer. But we'll see what we'll see what We'll see what Clypeus wants to do here in just a few minutes as we're about to get this game underway. And we'll see what he picks up in the inducement phase. I mean, there are options, right? But if he goes more, he's down to 235k, and now your options for a second star player are a little more limited. And if you don't go the second star player, then you got to figure out how you're going to dip into the other inducements. Probably pick up a wizard at that point, and that leaves you with roughly 80k left over. Maybe some coaches, maybe a K. I think I would go Griff. I think in this matchup, I would go Griff. SP Beaver says, I hear Griff loves warming up bench. Onus Nuffle looking to take that beer board. Lots of money to be made in tonight's game. Onus Nuffle looking to take the #1 spot, at least currently here. What? 800? What just happened? 865. Did the Gutterballz pick up somebody? They picked up Morg. The Gutterballz picked up Morgan. So the Gutterballz are the overdogs. You can pick up inducements as the overdog. If you do, you're just giving up that money to the other team, even more money in the inducement phase. Now, what the Gutterballz did is they picked up Morgenthorg, and he's trying to prevent Odin and Snuffle from collecting Morgenthorg. You can't have the same guy on both teams. What Odin and Snuffle's doing right now is they're taking that money they just got and spending it on Morg. If Morg is induced by both sides, Morg will take everyone's money and not play tonight. So the Gutterballz are trying to eliminate Morg as a threat. Odin and Snuffle says, fine, I will take that money and put it right back into Morg. So El Numerino is saying here, I'm fine with that. I just don't want you having Morg. They are the Butterballs. So Griff and a Wizard, 205K left. It could be Cindy and a bribe. We'll see what Odin Snuffle is going to do here. Taking Morg out there instead of... I think he's got to get Morg. He doesn't want the Gutterballz to have Morg. Yeah, he's got to pay for Morg. 2 Wandering Apothecaries, so it's not going to be Cindy and a bribe. It's going to be 2 Wandering Apothecaries as well. I've never seen this animation. Morg's just like, cool. Thanks for the money. All right, here's the coin toss. Gutterballz win the coin toss. They'll be on offense to start. So 2 Wandering Apothecaries to try to keep players on the pitch for as long as possible. Odin Snuffle currently ranked #3 this season. The Gutterballz ranked #5. Odin and Snuffle with a record of 17-5-5 and a TD diff of +30. The Gutterballz with a season record of 15-6-5. SP Beaver says that's a lot of money to prevent the opponent from getting 2-star players. He's still going to pick up Cindy. So picking up Morg just gives that money right back to the underdog, right? And then you pick up Morg as well, and then it cancels out in terms of money. But it prevents Odin and Snuffle from picking up Morg and Thorgan themselves. Big difference strategically here is that the Gutterballz had to dip into their treasury to induce Morgenthorg, whereas Odin and Snuffle didn't have to dip into theirs to cancel it out. Oh, you're absolutely right, SPB. You're absolutely right. Great call. Yeah, there is a limit of 2-star players. You're absolutely right. Shamestone rooting for the offense. But I don't think it was to stop a 2nd-star player in so much as it was to simply prevent Morg from taking the pitch. I think I might have taken bribes. I don't know. I think the 2 Wandering Apothecaries is fine. I might have gone in on the bribes instead and just fouled with impunity. In the line for the defense, 3-3-5 is the defensive formation with Griff Oberwald taking to the pitch. 5 on the line here for the offense. Jeff Bridges, the dude, back to receive. He is the number 5 blitzer, although number 17 on his shoulder pads. Look at that. They're all 17. I hate that so much. 7 on the line now for the Orcs, and here's the kick. No kicker for the Norse team. Wow. 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 Right on the kick, there's a pitch invasion, and this crowd does not like the away team. 3 Orc players stunned on the kickoff. One of which is Jeff Bridges himself. Wow. The Gutterballz plans almost certainly have changed here, as they need to protect this ball. They're not going to be able to pick up. I mean, they can pick up the ball. They'd have to put it in the hands of Steve Buscemi or John Turturro, but they'll probably pull them back and just cover the ball. And if they do that, after they take the blocks, we'll see how they spread out this line here. The Norse team might try to apply some early pressure and form a scrum where the ball lies on the Orc 14-yard line. First block of the game is going to be an armor break, and now a stunned Norseman. That's Dumberton, number 12 rookie lineman. Push against Bordeaux. All right, Griff, keep your helmet on. Stop pointing to the crowd. You haven't done anything yet. 3 dive block by the untrained troll. Is going to get a pal here, looking for a 7+ to break armor. So the Norsemen, very brittle. They're also drunkards. All the linemen are drunkards. They rush, they fail a rush on a 1 or a 2, not just a 1. Another stun here. Blitz still available to the Gutterballz. Remember, both of these teams have already qualified for the quarterfinals. This game is about seeding, and it's about putting yourself in a better position for the quarterfinals. That means keeping your team alive. That also means picking up SPP. 3 die block against Bordeaux. Gets the POW out of this. Both these coaches almost certainly thinking about the bracketing as well, and figuring out whether they need to face off against this team again in the quarterfinals or the semifinals, and that's going to inform how much hurt they want to put on this opposing team in this competition. I think that was a misclick on the dodge. Oh no! Needed a 6 on the dodge. Fails the die roll. Spent the team reroll and got knocked out. 1-man player advantage for the Norse team now. Oh, and it's Nuffle being prompted to use the fireball. They'll end their turn instead. Stallion Fire, welcome to the stream. Stallion Fire says, Orcs suffering bad karma for canceling Morg. Do not block against ball in the basket. Oh no, another armor break. Just a stun this time against one of the big uns. Wow. These beer boars are stunty, and they are titchy. They can get anywhere they want with ease. They don't have a lot of strength, but they can lend an assist. They're great for fouling. They also have pick me up. They have a big old keg of beer on their back, and players within 3 squares of them have a chance of standing up for free at the beginning of the turn. Two-die blitz is going to be a both standing result here. Because there was no push, there's no frenzy follow-up. the rush! Did hit the rush with the drunkard, the lineman. He's a little tipsy. Fails a rush on a 1 or a 2. Would have failed that either way, rolling a 1. And was trying to apply that early pressure. Now turn 2 back to the Gutterballz. The Gutterballz now are going to start to recover here from the pitch invasion. In fact, none of the down players from the pitch invasions are currently marked. I was talking to some friends of mine. I've had the same bed for a very long time, the same mattress for a very long time. So I was like, what did you get? What is your mattress? What is your bed? Man, beds are so expensive. Like, give me a blanket and a pillow, and I'll sleep in the driveway. 3+ pickup works out. The ball's now in the hands of John Goodman. Certainly not the intended ball carrier at the start of this drive. Shamso says you spend a third of your life in bed, better be comfortable. Yeah, but you could say that about nearly anything, you know? Like, there was a time I would have spent a total of 22 days of the year commuting to and from work. Does that mean I should buy a Bugatti? Here's the blitz on the right side. 2-die blitz against Iona. Gonna get the knockdown here. Looking for an 8+. Breaks armor. As tends to happen against the North team. There's the KO. And now all tied up on the pitch 10v10. SB says maybe a nice BMW. Yeah. Turn to you back to Odin and Nuffle. So you can see there with the pick-me-up, 2 successes. It's a 5+ within a range of 3 of the beer bore. And 2 of them succeeded, so the stand up for free here in turn number 2. Festoon rooting for the Norse defense. I don't think I've owned a comfortable car in my life. Double pals here against John Turturro. Bad dog demanding death. $40 to go here in turn 2 for Odin and Nuffle. Remember, they have that wizard on deck, and that wizard is great just to have it, just to threaten the wizard. Is forcing this orc team to not set up a tight cage and give a 5-player target to the Norse team. They won't necessarily take it once that cage is all caged up, but if Odin and Nuffle has a road to the cage, they'll certainly proc the wizard, hope for the best, and try to blitz the ball carrier. So the orc team has to be mindful of that wizard on deck, and it's forcing this orc team to play a little differently. One die blitz against Steve Buscemi by Francia gets a push out of this. Beerbor foul. 2 assists on the foul. Needed an 8+ to break armor. Roll a 5 instead. Turn 3 for the Gutterballz. It is so hard to say the Gutterballz. The Gutterballz. A mark taken against the sole Valkyrie on the pitch. 2 injuries on this Valkyrie as well. So if armor breaks, which it's likely to do, that Valkyrie could be in trouble. Damn English teachers. The Gutterballz. It's just hard to say. Like I just naturally want to say the Gutterballz. John Goodman, the ball carrier. He's going to cross the line of scrimmage down the opposing 6-yard line over in the right wide zone, just off the right sideline. Griff Oberwald all the way over in the left wide zone, behind the ball, in fact. But Griff fairly speedy with an MA of 7. Still finding himself about half his speed behind the ball and on the opposite side of the pitch. 2-die stand-up blitz against Francia. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle. Looking for a 7+ to break armor. There's the armor break. There's the removal. Well done by the Gutterballz. They now have a 2-man player advantage. Getting rid of that very important positional on this Norse team. Double skulls over on the left side of the pitch. Might just select this rock. No, it's going to spend a team reroll. Failed the loner roll. That is another reroll spent by the Gutterballz. And the troll gets knocked down. Turn 3 going back to Odin. It's Nuffle now. 1 reroll remaining for the Orcs. Das Demon, welcome to the stream. Das Demon says, I just started with Blood Bowl, playing a 3rd season league starting this week. I want to commit to Blood Bowl 3 online, but it's so hard to back and forth the rules. Reckon it's worth playing and keeping at it for the general play skills. If you're brand new to Blood Bowl, it depends on how you learn. Like, if you learn through practice, I would say absolutely. If you're more of a book learner like I am, I would say maybe not, unless you can keep them straight in your head. But do keep in mind that in March or April, Blood Bowl 3 will be moving over to the new rule set. If you're brand new, the basics are still the same, and so if you learn through doing, you're still going to get all the training, so to speak, of the basics, right? Of figuring out how to set up your 2-die blocks, of figuring out how to control the pitch, of figuring out action order. You'll still get that all with this rule set. In fact, none of that has changed since 3rd edition, I would say. Frenzy block. Knocks down John Turturro and gets a mark on the ball by Lindisfarne, the level 2 Ulfwerener. They start with Frenzy. They pick up the block skill. Yeah, or honestly, not to advertise ourselves, but there's a link to our Discord. You can hang out on our Discord, and I'm certain you'd be able to find a game with a player who's willing to play with you. And even show you the ropes, or you know, just talk shop. Oh, that's Nuffle now on the bonus clock with 6 minutes 40 seconds remaining. I said I'm certain. I guess it's going to depend on your time zone and theirs, but 50-50 dodge blitz into a skull. Spends the reroll, gets a push here. The rookie lineman Rathun on the blitz. 2 marks on the ball now. Turn 4. Forward to Gutterballz. Currently have a 1-man player advantage. Marino now has to be very careful with this turn. This is a pretty significant turn. The ball's marked twice, which means 2 players need to be blocked or blitzed away to clear the ball carrier. And if that's the case, and it happens with these players here, there's not going to be a whole lot of players left to protect the ball carrier if they're going to move down the right sideline. They may reposition back to midfield here, but we'll see shortly. Here's the first block by John Turturro. Gets a push against Lindisfarne. So that's the blitz spent. And now a 2-die against Rathun is going to be a knockdown. This is from the kicker, Flea. 8+ is going to break armor. No armor break. That's the ball carrier cleared. Ball carrier 2 spaces shy of being in scoring position. Took the blocks before standing up the troll. Now the troll stands up and marks Bordeaux, the rookie lineman, for the Norse team. So I've been playing, replaying, I suppose, Yakuza 0, which got me thinking about the whole series, right? And kind of like the games that are on the same engine, like Judgment, Lost Judgment, Fist of the North Star. And then that got me thinking how these are just the next iteration of Shenmue. And then that got me to reinstall Shenmue 1 through 3. So I might play through the Shenmue games again. I loved Shenmue 1 when it was on the Dreamcast. I hated Shenmue 2 when it was on the Xbox. And I gave Shenmue 3, I think the PlayStation said I gave it 6 minutes before I stopped playing it. I was not impressed, but I might give it a go again. So retreating the ball back to midfield here. The ball on the opposing 2-yard line. Turn 4 now for Odin Nuffle. It's the final turn of the first quarter. All I've done this holiday weekend is watch Sailor Moon Crystal, eat stir-fried cookies, and play Yakuza 0. I might good KO here against Flea. My goodness, that is another removed orc. 9v9 on the pitch now. I might restart Final Fantasy 16. I never finished Final Fantasy 16, but I might restart it. Last time I played it was on the PS5. I haven't tried it on the PS5 Pro, but I also don't really remember much of the story, so I might just start it over. But it might be neat, like if it's got, you know, enhancements for the PS5 Pro. Maybe it's cool. I don't know. Electric Man says, I know we talked about this before, but when is this holiday you speak of? It's tomorrow. It's Dr. Martin Luther King Day. 2+ dodge on the blitz here by Griff Oberwald. 2-die blitz against Jeff Bridges. This will be a push or a both standing result. Going to end up being a push. Griff follows up to take a mark on the ball carrier. Two-die block against Philip Seymour Hoffman will be a knockdown. Can he get another arm? Oh, he can! He can! Oh, got a stun out of it. Got another armor break. These orcs, man. What is this armor made of? Good 3+ dodge. Again, shadowing doesn't proc for Jeffrey Lebowski. Second quarter begins here for the Gutterballz. Can I block? Over in the right wide zone will be a Powell looking for an 8+ with Mighty Blow against Lindisfarne. As he gives the middle finger before he takes the block. No armor break. Yeah, shadowing's not. I mean, I guess it depends on who you're shadowing. Shadowing's not all that reliable. Under a minute to play here in turn 5 for the Gutterballz. They have one reroll remaining. They are on the opposing 2-yard line. Still have a blitz. They could open up a lane, but the question is how to keep the ball safe. Oh man, I screwed this up. Oh, that was scary. I almost screwed out the whole stream. What? A 2-die uphill Griff works? What? Two-die uphill blitz on Griff works out. Holy smokes. John Goodman now going to move over to the left side of the field. Got a 2-die uphill on Griff to work out. I was trying to draw on the screen and I almost messed everything up. It's a good thing I didn't, because if I did, Griff would be dead right now. So the gamble pays off, and this is how they're going to try to keep the ball safe. Festoon says the orcs could be just as dead. Maybe so. Turn 5 down for Odin and Nuffle. Two-die block against Steve Buscemi here. Gets the knockdown. Steve Buscemi with a smashed knee, bringing his movement points from 6 to 5. Late in the season, you accumulate injuries, and the Gutterballz are no exception here. An assist by the number 15 Beer Boar. Iceland explored by Gardar the Swede. Here's the blitz. Two-die blitz against John Goodman. That's going to work out. 10+ breaks armor. If he got the armor break, he does not. If he got the armor break, this could be huge. Doesn't get the armor break, the ball's going to pop out back to the 4-yard line. And now 2 Norsemen marking the ball. So the Norsemen playing a bit of a hit and run game here. 3+ pickup works out. The number 7 lineman now the what? Now the ball carrier on the 3+ rush gets the ball down to their own 2-yard line. He said, yeah, maybe I've been drinking, but that's all right. My head's still in the game. The lineman, the drunkard, good dodge here, picks up the ball and rushes the ball to safety. Turn 6 now for the Gutterballz. Now on the back foot. The Gutterballz spread out pretty wide here for a defensive shot. They'll get dice on the ball, but they're going to have to hope they can actually get this ball out of the hands of the Norsemen and get that ball in a spot where it can be safe. They're necessarily spread out. They were doing this to try to move the ball forward. So they had sort of a cage here, right? And they had the ball here, move the ball out this way, set up a cage here. This is what you do with your running game, right? That makes total sense. But now that they're on defense, having players kind of disperse like this makes it tough to actually get in on this ball and secure it to continue to move the ball downfield. Stop giving middle fingers. That's just rude. Stop giving middle fingers. It's rude. His back was turned. There's that blitz. They're going to get the knockdown here, hoping for an armor break and perhaps a removal. There's the armor break. Didn't get the removal. The ball's going to pop out down on the north 6-yard line. I guess that's okay. They can form a scrum around this, and they'll do so. But the Gutterballz running out of time to get this ball in the end zone. They're not particularly fast. And they have to end next turn in scoring position. I think the Norsemen on turn 6 are just... I think they might be okay with this scrum. And just locking down the Orcs might be enough to stop them from scoring. Turn 6 now for Odin. It's Nuffle. Odin, it's Nuffle, will probably spend an apothecary on every injury with 3 wandering apothecaries. 2-die blitz against Ben Gazzara here. Got the POW. Is he going to push on the ball? Probably not. Yeah. Beer Boar can't recover the ball. The Beer Boar has no hands. Now a 2-die block by Griff Oberwald. This will be a both standing result. I've eaten so much stir fry over the last 3 months. I think I have had an entire farm's worth of rice, broccoli, turkey, and green beans. Turn 7 for the Gutterballz. So there's that scrum that has formed. Now the Gutterballz have to end this turn in scoring position. tough to do here. Tough to do here as you can see all the marks by the Norse team. And all the orcs marked as well. So I think this was the right call by the Norse team. Just locking down the orcs to prevent that forward movement here should be enough to stop the score. Ben Gazzara stands up. It's the number 4 big and blocker. Marking the ball in the back right corner. 55 seconds to go for the Gutterballz. They have just one reroll remaining for the half. El Nubarino thinking about the move, and here's the blitz to really start the turn. They get a pow out of this. They're going to push onto the ball, hoping this ball bounces into a favorable position. I don't know if I'd call that favorable. Gets the knockdown. The ball bounces off the beer board and is now on the Norse 2-yard line. Going to try it again here. Gets the armor break. Won't re-roll this. That's a lot more favorable, but still marked by the number 3 Ulfwener. Back on the bonus clock, the Gutterballz go. The ball on the opposing 6. They've got to end the turn in scoring position. They are not there yet. There's the scoring threat. Jeff Bridges, the MA7 blitzer. Blitz has been spent. He'll probably end up with probably the big and blocker here or here. It might just YOLO try to pick the ball up. Boy, 4+ to pick up, 3+ to dodge away. Punches the beer board right in the keg. You know what? If you're going to punch somebody, don't punch them in the keg. That should be a foul. Stuns the beer board, doesn't remove him. Oh, so taking the mark with Steve Buscemi. It might try to pick this ball up next turn. Turn 7 for Odin. It's Nuffle. Jeff Bridges in scoring position. Jeff Bridges, the only scoring threat for the Orc team. A mark taken by the number 1 big and blocker, protecting that would-be scorer. Yeah, there's a ton of guard on these orcs. Guard and mighty blow. Good dodge here by Rathun. The blitz will almost certainly be on Jeff Bridges. So if Jeff Bridges gets knocked down, that's going to bring his MA to 4, and he won't be able to score. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on Jeff Bridges. Double skulls. He'll re-roll this for sure. Well done. Not well done. That's just a dodge. I thought he had tackle. Just a dodge. So Jeff Bridges stays on his feet. The scoring attempt can still occur. So there was an old record player, a portable record player back in the, I think it was the 80s, called the Soundburger, which is awesome. Long story short, Audio Technica has re-released it. But this time it has like Bluetooth support, and it's awesome. Just as like, I'm gonna call it like a piece of art, just like something on a table or on a wall. It's beautiful. I love it. It's not what you imagine. Like, it's just this long rectangular-ish device, and the record sort of sticks out of it. I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. Turn 8 for the Gutterballz now. Jeff Bridges, well marked. So Jeff Bridges, boy, probably going in on the blitz. Griff Oberwald marking Steve Buscemi, the blitzer, who's the one likely to go after this ball. Might not even be him at this point. If Winchester and Lindisfarne get knocked out, it could be John Goodman going in on the ball. Three die block of Winchester is just going to be a push. Ball still marked. Two die on Lindisfarne. This will be a POW. Double POW here. Looking for an 8+. That's going to clear the ball. Who is going to go after the ball? Where is the blitz? Has to be Jeff Bridges. So it's going to have to be a dodge to pick up the ball by either John Goodman or Steve Buscemi. John Turturro could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be John Turturro. That's actually a better option, because John Turturro brings that dodge from a 3+ to a rush, which is a 2+. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rush. So I think John Turturro is going to be the one to pick up the ball at this point. Whoa! It's going to be Steve Buscemi. Good dodge, good pickup. Here's the handoff. Oh no, Steve Buscemi! No! Steve Buscemi succeeded on the dodge, picked up the ball, but has animosity with his teammates. If he needs to give that ball up via a handoff or a pass, he's got to succeed that role. On a 1, he says, you know what? No, I hate you too much. I'm keeping the ball. Wow. And Odin and Nuffle have successfully defended against the Gutterballz here in the first half. Wow. Dude, oh no. Oh no. Dude, I blitz by John Turturro doesn't work out. Turn 8 for Odin and Nuffle. They have stopped the Orcs from scoring. If they can get back their Valkyrie, they're gonna have a decent speed advantage. It's not the best speed advantage. They got a Valkyrie at an MA of 8. They've got a couple players at MA of 7. But they can lean into that, especially with Griff, right? Griff MA7 with Fend is a huge boon. Strength 4, Edge 2, MA7 with Fend, Sprint, and Sure Feet. That means Griff can move up to 10 spaces a turn and gets a free reroll on a failed rush. 2-die blitz by Griff Oberwald against Steve Buscemi. There's an armor break. Doesn't get a whole lot out of this. Might be a dodge with the beer bore for a foul. Dodges Bordeaux. Yeah, I think he's going to dodge at the beer bore here. He set up 3 assists for the foul. Yes, indeed. There it is. Doesn't get anything out of it, but doesn't get called off the pitch. That's the end of the first half. Odin and Nuffle successfully stopping the Gutterballz dead in their tracks. They're going to be on offense now to try to score against these Orcs. with both teams getting back a single knockout. I think it's going to put this at 11v11. Unfortunately for the Norsemen, they are not going to get back their Valkyrie, so they're going to have to make do without such an important player on this roster. This Valkyrie, MA8, has throw, has catch, has tackle, is a... Boy, really unfortunate here for Odin and Nuffle as they try to get on the board. The Orcs are going to set up in a cups formation, giving up those sidelines, and I think they're okay with that because if the Norsemen are going to dedicate themselves to the sidelines, they are going to take a beating from these Orcs. We might see Odin and Snuffle just kind of play the ball a little back from the line of scrimmage first and let this drive develop before they start to move the ball across the line of scrimmage. Five on the line for the offense. One in either wide zone, playing very forward with this offense. Two wideouts, pretty close to the line, and three backs. With Griff Oberwald back to receive on the 16-yard line. Festoon rooting for the Norsemen. And now the wideout's going a little wider here and off either sideline. Both of them linemen. The two Wolfwanners in the guard position. The Berserker, the center. All three of those players have Frenzy. Shamestone rooting for the defense. Wants this Orc team to come out on top. Electric Smith says, I think you should score quickly because I bet he could win by 2. I wonder why you want that. Here's the kick. Deep kick here. Currently the 20-yard line. Wolf's going to try to kick it all the way in the end zone. But Odin Snuffle's going to have a chance to catch it, and it is Griff Oberwald on the catch. Caught it all the way back to the 24-yard line. I think the Gutterballz are okay with that, instead of it being a touchback. Two-die block on the line will be a POW. Took it with the tackle to prevent the Frenzy, to prevent Frenzy sort of breaking down this formation. Pulls in the other halfback here. We'll call him a fullback. Pulls in the other fullback for the two-die against Sam Elliott. Gets a knockdown. Took this with the Wolfwanner, the Frenzy player, and now a two-die with the Troll. Now he can take Frenzy here and be a little safer as he's going to Frenzy into a two-die follow-up. Got the POW. Chain pushes the Wolfwanner to mark Philip Seymour Hoffman. Blitz still available. The Berserker with Frenzy and block. These Berserkers also have jump up, so they don't have to spend 3 MA to stand up. Here's the two-die blitz in the left wide zone. Double skulls ain't going to cut it. Is he going to spend a reroll? Is he going to take his chances with Pro? He's going to take the reroll instead. Got double POWs out of this. With Pro, he can roll a die on a 3+. He then gets to reroll a single die. Didn't want to take the chances. Wanted to reroll both dice. Both dice. And I think that was a good call. So playing very forward here, keeping the ball away from where the offensive line is. Still has that Wizard on deck. So the the Gutterballz have to be very mindful still of that wizard, even on defense. Exactly right, Moob. Yeah, still Moob says still having a wizard on offense with Griff carrying the ball seems really good. Tried to foul out the troll here. The beer boar is going to get called off the pitch. Yeah, that was a blatant foul. I don't know how the beer boar thought he could get away with that. Turn 9 now for the Gutterballz. It's just a pig. Moob says that boar looked the ref in the eye while fouling so that the orcs couldn't kill him. he whistled for the ref first and then fouled so that he could actually live. Not just a pig, he's a pig with a beard. He's a pig with a lot of beers. Stand up blitz by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Gets the knockdown against Iona. 8+ is going to break armor on this strength 4 Ulfwerener. There's the armor break. There's the removal. The Oppo's more than likely going to be spent here. He's got 2 wandering apothecaries. Here it is. And he saves the day. Well done. So the Ulfwerener taking off the pitch. 1-man player advantage forward to Gutterballz, but he will come back on in the next drive. So with 2 wandering apothecaries in the inducement phase, it's 2 more Oppos left to spend here. That's why that spend was almost a certainty. I'm honestly surprised the Oppo wasn't spent on the Valkyrie to keep her on the pitch when she got KO'd. Turn 10 now for Odin. It's Nuffle. 2-die block against Sam Elliott, the rookie thrower for the Orcs. He's going to be knocked down here. Where do you think those drums are coming from? Like, who is drumming in the arena? Where is that coming from? Like, that's not just a guy with with a drum. There are drums somewhere. 2-die blitz against Flea. Gets the pal. Gets the knockdown on the kicker. And now a 2-die on John Goodman will be a push. .37 seconds left on the clock for Odin and Nuffle. 2 re-rolls left for the duration of this game. This is their final game of regulation this season. It's been a very competitive season. Griff Oberwald moves up to the 8-yard line, and now a 2-die against John Turturro is going to be another armor break here by these Norsemen, and they get a stun. Trying to dodge away here, not trying to give up these blocks. Doesn't want to spend another reroll here, so they're going to give up at least 1. Over in the left wide zone. Turn 10 now for the Gutterballz. The troll will stand up. Is Jeff Bridges going to come in for the 3-die block on Canterbury over in the left wide zone? Currently a 4, 5, 6 versus 3. That's a 2-die block. One more strength or one more assist would make that a 3-die block. But I think that's going to stretch the Orc defense a little thin at midfield. Unless they can murder all these Norse. I mean, they're going to have a block here. They're going to have a block here, and here, and here, and here, and here. They get a push on Philip Seymour Hoffman, so took it as a 2-die block. Ajax the Riot, welcome to the stream. Nobody's died yet. Nobody's died yet. Ten seconds to go here in turn 10 for the Gutterballz. They have just 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the bonus clock. El Numerino, a coach who traditionally avails himself of every single resource available to him. And that is at least in part why, in my opinion, why the Gutterballz have made the cut to the quarterfinals. Good removal here on the right side. Ajax the Riot says it's because I'm not playing. You'd have half the feeds off the pitch by now. Cobblestorms. Yes. What did Clypheus do to you that you death cursed the team so vigorously? Under 2 minutes on the bonus clock for the Gutterballz. They still have all 3 of their rerolls. So instead of taking that second block, they reposition over in the right wide zone. 2 rushes to mark Griff Oberwald. Griff Oberwald, an Edge 2 player. It's currently a 2+ positive dodge away from Steve Buscemi, but he's going to have to get through this blitz first. Rush blitz into a pow on Griff Oberwald. 8+ to break armor. No armor break, but now the ball loose. Griff with a 2+ pickup. Remember, Griff can sprint as well. So Griff, effectively with sprint and sure feet, gets his full movement. Cobblestorm demanding death. We haven't had it yet. Turn 11 for Odin and Nuffle. 3 MA to stand up puts Griff at 4. With 3 rushes, back to 7. 2+ to pick up. The Orcs with pressure on the ball. Can the Norsemen use this to their advantage? Cut off these 3 Orcs and get downfield. Electric Smith says, how are all these rushes being made? Both standing result against Flea. Moop says, I looked away a bit, and man, the game state has changed. Yes, indeed it has. 1 die block against Philip Seymour Hoffman will be a push. Did you see that? Did you see that? Look at this. This guy right here. He's about to get the finger to Griff Oberwald. Oh. Why I never. 2+ pickup failed by Griff. Uses consummate professional to get the reroll, so that's Griff's once per game. Triple rushes forward, did not declare a handoff or anything, which is fine. He wants to keep the ball in the hands of Griff Oberwald, and now has the ball on the opposing 2-yard line. Ajax the Right says, I lost my tabletop tournament this week due to, well, I have pro and a reroll. I think rushing is fine. So it goes. Not a tournament league match. Yeah, sorry to hear it. Black Wolf says that was the best play I've ever seen. Electric Man says I thought Blood Bowl was a family game. Ajax the Right says I don't like that square. Turn 11 now for the Gutterballz. There's a mark on Griff. The inevitable blitz coming once again. Will it be John Turturro? Well, now if it's John Turturro, it's a rush. Under a minute to play for the Gutterballz. They have, I did it again, the Gutterballz. I'm under a minute to play for the Gutterballz. And they have 1 minute on the bonus clock. So John Turturro instead coming in to take the mark on Griff Oberwald. Here's the blitz. I see taking the blitz with Steve Buscemi. Instead, got the pal. Is he going to push on the sideline? Not going to push on the sideline, but the ball could still go out of bounds. Wah! Good blitz! And the ball now in the hands of John Goodman. The Orcs recover the ball here on the blitz. Ball bounces in the hands of John Goodman. John Goodman says, I got this. Double skulls on the left side here with under a minute on the bonus clock. They spend a reroll to get the knockdown on Rathoon. No armor break. Double pals against Lindisfarne. 9+ will break armor. Orcs now shifting to the right to try to protect the ball carrier. 27 seconds remaining on the bonus clock for the Gutterballz. They still have 2 rerolls left. Turn 12 coming back to Odin. It's Nuffle. It's Nuffle trying to figure out what the defensive position is going to be. They're going to do a stand-up uphill blitz with Griff Oberwald. They re-roll this into a skull. And now the Gutterballz will advance this ball down pitch unless the fireball is going to be spent. It is not. Final turn of the third quarter coming up. The Gutterballz marked by a single Norseman. That is Bordeaux. And they're going to have a real opportunity to move this ball downfield now on defense. Winchester knocked to the ground. Here's the blitz. Got the POW on Bordeaux. 7+ breaks armor with Mighty Blow. Doesn't get the armor break, but clears the ball carrier. The ball carrier now with at least 2 orcs to follow. 3 orcs really to follow. And John Goodman runs downfield. John Goodman, a blitzer, has the block skill. Takes a mark on Svold, the rookie lineman downfield. Maud Lebowski will be moving forward as well. Might be on the right side of Svold. Try to mark out that lineman. Two-die block before repositioning number 1. Might leave number 1 to pin Winchester, I suppose. Oh, this is a great armor break. Great armor break. Got a stun, but now this is another player that can't get in on the ball carrier. And now things turning around for the Gutterballz. They weren't able to score in the first half. Griff Overwald trying to push downfield, but the Gutterballz were able to apply some early pressure on defense. They kept Griff marked for a couple of turns, finally blitzing him down and recovering the ball. Odin Nuffle really needs to think about whether or not to spend this wizard. 4th and final quarter here begins for Odin Nuffle. HX Riot says Thick Skull is overpowered. Dodge blitz. 1-die blitz on John Goodman is a POW. All of that, and Spald says, watch me work. Watch me work. And Flea says, watch me work. You think I'm just a kicker? I can run the ball too. Spald on the blitz, gets the POW on John Goodman. But Flea is there to recover. Ajax says, nice fumble Ruski right there. Yeah, indeed. Wow, big time dodge by Winchester. 4+ to a 3+. Another mark on the ball carrier. Cobblestorm says a team of 4 catchers. It's more likely than you think. Turn 13 for the Gutterballz. 2 marks on the ball carrier. Might be a blitz on Winchester. I think it's probably a Jeff Bridges blitz on Winchester. No, it can't be. It's going to have to be a blitz on number 9. Oh. Tough spot here for the Orcs at the moment. Boot Polish says, I did all that work to kill Norseman and it's 0-0. Welcome to the stream, Boot Polish. Filling the box here with John Turturro. Here's the blitz. Takes it on Svold. gets the knockdown here, and will chain push Steve Buscemi away from the mark on Winchester. Well done by El Nubarino. Ball's going to continue to move downfield. There's going to be 2 orcs that can try to cover Flea. One will be John Goodman. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 4 orcs that can cover Flea. John Goodman, Jeff Bridges. We've got Maud Lebowski here. Tudai and Griff Oberwald. This will be a dodge push. Griff Oberwald on the sideline. Big decision here for Odin and Snuffle. And you can see Clypheus is considering this turn for the wizard play. There it is! Fireball connects! But at the front of this unit here. So they get down Jeff Bridges and flee the ball carrier. The ball now ends up on the 16-yard line. There's still a swarm of orcs between most of the team and the ball. The ball currently marked now by Sam Elliott, the thrower. Turn 14 for Odin and Snuffle. They have 1 reroll remaining. A mark for the assist against John Goodman. Canterbury's going to have to be the one to go after this ball. Boy, oh boy. No problem. You 3+ dodge. You 4+ pickup. You do the 1 die blitz on the pickup. And no problem. It's easy peasy. 50 seconds to play for Odin and Snuffle. Plenty of time left on the bonus clock, so they don't have to rush this turn. 3+ dodge fails. They have 1 reroll remaining. Here's the blitz. 1 die blitz. So he's going for it. Got the knockdown. Wait. Oh, I thought he used pro. I was like, what? Now needs to use... Why not use pro? Oh, he did use pro. Okay. Needs to use pro there. Succeeded the pro roll, but then failed on the re-roll. And now Canterbury in trouble. Turn 14-4 to Gutterballz. So did exactly that play. Just a little bit of a different order. Which is a better order, so it's not a 4+ pickup. Oh, wait, that was still a 4+? No, he stood up the thrower. He got the knockdown on the thrower. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Now with the fireball spent, Odin and Snuffle needs to pray that this ball pickup does not work out for the Gutterballz. John Goodman, a pal against the number 13 rookie lineman. Another great armor break. Three plus pickup works out. Jeff Bridges runs towards the end zone, now on the 20-yard line. Another, wow! A great armor break and picks up 2 SPP here. Two more SPP on the level 5 blitzers, Steve Buscemi. Finally, a knockdown on Sfold. 8+ to break armor. Electric Man says I'm losing faith in Nuffle. Cobblestorm says it's a Norsing. A 2-die on Bordeaux. This will be a push. The Gutterballz completely safe here on turn 14. And they surf Griff Overwald. The crowd beats him silly. Turn 15 for Odin, it's Nuffle. There are 1, 2, 4 Norsemen left on the pitch. 5 Norsemen left on the pitch. 2 are currently prone. One of those is stunned. 2-die blitz against Jeffrey Lebowski will be a knockdown, but otherwise not a whole lot out of that. Lindisfarne with 2 rushes can mark the ball carrier. There it is. That's the best Odin it's Nuffle can do. Shape says, okay, time to raise the rush failure rate back to normal. 1 minute left of the turn for Odin and Nuffle. Tried to dodge off the sideline, didn't work out, and now it's turn 15 for the Gutterballz. They'll get 2 assists here. There's the second assist for the blitz against Lindisfarne. Probably coming from John Turturro. Not going to be able to get 3 dice out of this, just the 2. Moop says, I hope El Dorito and Clayface are having fun because they're going to rematch in round 1 of the playoffs. Cobblestorm says, you see, for Norse linemen, rushes fail on a 1 in 9. Much better than 900%. Or even 99. Double skulls on the blitz here. We'll spend the reroll. Got the pal. 8+ breaks armor. No armor break. I think that's going to be a score for the Gutterballz. Eldon Marino with a little over 40 seconds to decide whether to score or not. Runs over to the corner here. Let's see, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can still be marked. Not going to score on this turn. Turn 16 for Odin and Nuffle. Can conceivably be marked by the number 3 Ulfwerener. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3 rush. No, he's gonna have to go this way. It's gonna have to go. It would have to go this way. Two die uphill instead. Unfortunately, what? Oh, he has block. He has block. Well, unfortunately, that is the point of blitz. 1 point on a blitz. The block counts as a point of movement, and that 1 point was necessary to mark the ball carrier. So now they're not going to be able to mark the ball carrier. That might be the end of the turn, unless he wants to risk Rathoon, who is a rookie, I guess. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can mark. Come on, Rathoon. I believe in you, buddy. You've got this. This is how careers are made, Rathoon. It's an easy -3 dodge. Yeah. Turn 16-4 to Gutterballz. They'll walk the ball in. They're going to win this one 1-0. Congratulations. 2 to Gutterballz. They win this one, and they are going to move up into the number 3 spot for the quarterfinals. As it stands, that means that the Gutterballz will be playing the new number 6 team, Odin it's Nuffle, in the quarterfinals. Oh, that was a lot of fun. 1-0 the final. Congratulations again to El Numerino. But both of these teams, of course, have already qualified for the quarterfinals. So as it stands, let's see. Philosopher's Song still in first place, so that's set. So the positions have now been set for the quarterfinals. Let me just move this on my chart and we'll go over it. I'll pay out the prediction in just a second. All right, so with that, the Gutterballz will end as Division A champions. Congratulations once again to El Numerino. This is going to bump them up. This is going to bump them up into the number 3 seed. So the way this is finished, let's go over these standings. Philosopher's Song, the number 1 seed, Spire's Lizardman team. Their final game's not going to matter for seeding. They have earned the number 1 spot. They are going to face off against the number 8 seed, Technobabble Incorporated, My Human team. The number 2 seed, oh, I'm sorry, let's go down the bracket top to bottom. So that'll be the first match of the bracket. The next match will be the Gutterballz, El Numerino's org team. They're the number 3 seed. They're going to face off again. Oh, no, that's incorrect. The NC Snakes, Moob's number 4 seed team. That's Moob's Dark Elf team. They're going to face off against MAML Nightmare. Is that right? Yeah, they're going to face off against MAML Nightmare, who are the number 5 seed. They're second place in Division C. The number 3 seed is the Gutterballz. They're Division A. They're going to face off against the number 6 seed, Odin it's Nuffle. So they're going to face each other again in the quarterfinals. And finally, we have the number 2 seed, the Believe Broncos, coached by BB Nutt. That's a Nurgle team. They're going to face off against the number 7 seed, who are the Discomancers, coached by Ian, a Necro team. So those are the top 8 making it to the quarterfinals. We've got, I think, 1 or 2 more games left in regulation before the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave. Boot Polish says, oh geez, a human team had a better season than me and may retire. Hush you. Move says, technically if Philosopher's Song loses by 5, the standings can change. That's very true. It's very true. All right, coming up next, we were going to air the Monday game. Something has come up, so I'm not going to air tomorrow night's game. We will finish the regular season this Tuesday, January 20th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's UTC -5 between Grimdark Orchard versus Philosopher's Song, Crikey versus Spire. That is, let's see. Orcs versus Lizards, a big old bashy game. And again, Spire, the #1 seed going into the quarterfinals. That'll be a fun match as well. And that'll do it for the regular season this season. We've got 8 teams left this competition, and 2 of those have already made it to the Blood Bowl. So, boy, this has been a really competitive season. I want to give my thanks to everyone who's competed, whether they're knocked out or not. It's been a lot of fun playing all these different factions with all these different coaches who all have different ideas about the game. I love to watch coaches. I really love league play because there's so many more decisions that you have to make. And it's been a ton of fun for me. I hope it has been for you guys as well. And I'm looking forward to these quarterfinal matches for the Dungeon Bowl. And then after that, of course, we're going to finish out the season with our Invitational, the Blood Bowl. We currently have 2 teams who have qualified. There's a minimum of 4, and depending on how the Dungeon Bowl shapes up, there could be a lot. There could be a lot of teams that make the cut. We'll see what happens here as the top 8 bracket starts to get decided. That'll do it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And we've got no more games to be scheduled. Normally, I would say when games get scheduled, where to find it, but this is it. We've got one more game left. If you want to follow the league, you can follow us over on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. You can also follow us here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. If you want to hang out with us, I'll put a link to our Discord. There's our Discord channel. You can come hang out with us. You can talk shop. You can, if you want to be put on the reminder list for registration for season 6, just hit me up. I may be getting 2. I'll do the payout. I promise. Hit me up. I may be getting 2. Just say, hey, I want to sign up for season 6. I'll put you on the reminder list. When registration opens, I'll give you a reminder DM plus instructions on how to register, or you can just wait for registration to open. It's really easy to do either way. I hope you come play with us. We are probably, season 6 is more than likely going to be in the new rule set, so that'll be a lot of fun as well. But whether it is or not, you guys should play this game. This game has been around for many decades for a reason. It is a ton of fun. We are very lucky to have an online version where we can finally play this game around the world. I shouldn't say finally, but we've had ways to play it around the world, but I'm glad we have Blood Bowl 3 as well. So you should play Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl's a ton of fun. You can play oh, thank you, SB Beaver. I appreciate it. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Until this Tuesday, January 20th, for the final regular season game of Season 5. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's see who is streaming. Looks like Von Roo is streaming. Why don't we go raid Von Roo? Have a good night, everybody. We're gonna head over to Von Roo's stream.